of UrbanX.
Yo, so real quick, so Meek Mill today was Meek Mill and a few other artists, I think Keisha Cole as well. They were tweeting that they never got paid from any record label, and they don't know how much money they made from their music actually, and they need Meek Mill said he needs to talk to a lawyer and things like that. But Meek right now he's on a he's trying to go on a little tirade because it's rumored that him and Ross got some problems right now, right? So because he's talking about like, yo, if you seen what was in my record label, you were signed to Ross,
Yeah.
so you're indirectly
Talking about Ross.
talking about Ross. You get what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So, like, what's gonna come of that? But I think it just always lends to a larger conversation, especially now. He got signed. When did he get signed? Like in the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You should kind of know. And he's been signed for how long? Like 10 years at this point. Like you weren't able like to restructure anything.
Listen,
You weren't able to go back to do anything.
these labels, King, it's a science to what they do and how they do. They keep you distracted with girls. They keep you distracted with a fancy car, a shiny toy, and you don't check the money. Because what they do is when you ask for something, they just give it to you. And you just assume my label's doing good, I got it, popping and this and that. Or they go to the next extreme. If you remember the guy from Master P, No Limit, I forget his name. He was the A&R. I know some of y'all seen it already. And he said you get invited to these parties.
Oh, you violated.
And you wake up and your butt hurt. And you got a sock on your penis and you don't know what happened. And then when it's time to renew your contract, they go, put the fucking tape in. Put the motherfucking tape in. This is the shit you did last night. Now you in a real tight bond. And Diddy and all of these guys
Allegedly.
use this formula. You know what I'm saying? Think about Shakir Stewart, my man who I went to school with,
Chris Lighty.
Chris Lighty and a few others who appear to have been put in a tight situation. And this is something that goes on. And you think it can't happen to you. It can. Somebody can hand you a drink. Women go through date rape all the time. Are you kidding me? And you get comfortable with certain people. They put something in the weed. You just happy to be up in these exclusive parties. They'll send a beautiful chick towards you. You don't know she involved with the shit. Next thing you know, you wake up, your butt and your penis hurt. And you going, and they going. Then you could be in a restaurant with your family, and they be like, we need to talk to you. So they have you at their disposal because they're not going to let their money walk. They take out insurance policies on you that you know nothing about, especially if you live in Chicago.
Yes, that should be a rapper.
If you're a rapper in Chicago, I'm taking out $1 million, $2-3 million, because I know in the next 15 months I'm cashing in.
Yeah.
So
Which is
all of
crazy
these
'cause
tactics they do use.
especially with rappers, like the lifespan, the shelf life on a rapper is like short, right? So
Very
I'm getting
short.
paid on the front end and the back end.
Yeah,
Pause.
pause. Yeah, absolutely.
Pause. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, absolutely. It's called the honey trap. Yeah, they got many names for it now, but a lot of these rappers you appreciate and love, according to this. I wrote about this in Hip Hop Decoded, and I was getting transmissions from the ancestors. I didn't do no research for that book. I didn't pick up another book. I didn't do no cross-reference. The internet wasn't popping the way it is now. I wrote that book on pure spirit. And I still stand by it today because 80% of the shit I said is happening. Right? So they don't talk about Black Dot in them circles. They all read the book, though. They all read the book. You know what I mean? So they don't talk because they know I know what I'm talking about. So these are tactics used to bring young people into the fold because it's not enough jobs. Power has to be, if everyone has access to power, it ain't power.
Right.
So we have to keep this, you know what I'm saying? We'll bring a few rappers along. We know they're not gonna make it. We'll sign a few for tax purposes. The ones that do emerge, we gotta get them on tape, or we gotta have life insurance on them, or just find out what they into.
Right.
The NBA does the same exact thing. That's what Carmelo, you heard that from Carmelo Anthony. He said, David Stern said, I know everybody you rock with, those two dudes you hang with, what they into, this and that. You got to choose the NBA or the streets. He said, that's when I knew the NBA was the feds. Why? Because you're an investment.
Yeah.
I can't give you $100 million and you out here wilding. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things going, who knows what Meek Mill is into?
Yeah.
No disrespect.
Thank you for the super chat and the kind words. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Okay, Malcolm's not a fan. I appreciate it.
Now, so and with Meek too, and it's also embarrassing too because it felt like lately since he's been hanging out with Robert Kraft, he's been acting like he's too good for like rap circles and rap cultures. Like I'm hanging around with billionaires now. I think that's you know what I'm saying. But
he's lost his street edge.
Oh, it's nasty.
He's lost his.
It's gross.
Say what you want to say. It even reflects in his music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Expensive
like,
Pain.
Yeah.
Expensive Pain.
Yeah. And I listened to it. It lost his street. It's sort of like what happened to Common. Common had a certain.
Oh, I don't remember any of that.
He had a certain backpacker edge about him that represented, and then it just was gone. I listened to one of his albums, and I couldn't believe it was him. So this happens along the way because you get you elevated into a lot of these
there's rappers who
different
like
cultures.
Like I think Jay-Z. I think he did it well to where he started like rap. Like it didn't seem sellouty, but he did lose, how can I explain this? It did come off as super braggadocious to the point like, all right, you're just gonna talk about how rich you are, like how much money you have in every song, but it didn't come off like how nasty Meek is coming off.
No, it's because Jay-Z.
Meek is acting like he's just really happy to be there. He's bunny hopping.
Right.
And
Jay-Z laid out the blueprint along the way.
Right.
You saw him go from the street. You saw him level up every step, and then his words started holding a little bit more weight because he was showing and proving. And then when he became a Billy or whatever the case may be, he just became that dude who you go, okay, that's a template to follow. Whether you agree with how he did it or not is irrelevant. Meek hasn't done any of that.
Yeah, and how you complaining about your record label? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You complain about your record label deal, but you bragging about hanging around with billionaires. He pitched in to buy Robert Kraft a car.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
That's gross.
That's
you pitched in to buy a billionaire car.
Right.
And you're complaining about your record deal.
Right. Absolutely.
Goddamn shame.
Tell him again, Malcolm.
You are tuned into the sounds of UrbanX.